SportsBeat is powered by KSLSports.com.
There's a hammer. Oh, Joe put it on top of the rim, and Donovan.
How did he do it right on the face of Melly? Look at Joe. He's like,
We all did what Joe did. What better way to start the show than with Donovan's show last night at Vivint Arena? Thanks for staying up with us. Jeremiah Jensen, Sam Farnsworth here. For the next 45 minutes, we'll be looking back at Donovan Mitchell's 37-point outburst last night, 67 over the past 2 games.
Yeah, we'll also be diving into the Utes' dominant win at Arizona and the Cougs' blowout at UMass.
It's fun to see 2 former teammates go at it on Sunday Night Football. Now to college football. While Oregon's college football playoff hopes dried up in the desert Saturday night, the Utes took care of business and did so in dominant fashion. The offense racked up 517 yards of total offense, while the defense continues to bottle up the opposition. Arizona was second in the conference in rushing going into the game. Well, the Utes held them to just 61 yards on the ground. There are only 3 teams in the country that rank in the top 10 in both offensive and defensive yards per play. It's Ohio State, Clemson, and Utah. Yes, the Utes are elite, and the nation is taking notice. The latest top 25 polls are out. The Utes now 6th in both the coaches poll and the AP top 25. LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, and Alabama are the top 5. The latest college football playoff rankings will be revealed Tuesday night. While debate rages whether the Utes deserve a spot in the playoff, the Utes are just focused on taking care of business.
We just got to continue to win out, and it's going to take care of itself.
It's going to take care of itself as we continue to do our job, winning games and, dominating. I believe, and I know our team believes that, the college playoffs, the committee, they're going to make the decision, and, we'll just leave it at that because, we can't do anything but continue to do our thing and win.
Any comment on the Oregon losing and you're carrying?
Don't care. Doesn't matter. We got all hands full with Colorado. We're going to try to figure out how to make a first down next week. That's our objective. And so whatever else is happening is none of our business and of no concern of ours.
Yeah, just keep winning. Well, the week started a bit rough for the Utah Jazz, their first home court loss of the season when they came up short against the Timberwolves on Monday, but the week ended strong. 3 straight wins, including back-to-back home on Friday and Saturday night. But it wasn't always pretty. In fact, it was even a little frustrating, especially in the 2 home wins. The Jazz allowed a 20-point fourth-quarter lead against the Warriors, get trimmed all the way down to 2, and a 14-point fourth-quarter lead over the Pelicans was cut to 4. The fact that the Jazz got the W is what Coach Quinn Snyder's happy with. Not being able to close out games, well, he's not losing sleep over that just yet.
Am I concerned if we build up leads and lose them? Absolutely. But tonight, I think, we built up a lead, making shots and playing well. And then I think the second half we were a little tired, but I still think we played well. And I think New Orleans made a lot of shots, and that carved in the lead. Generally, if I don't like losing leads.
Each one more put down that 3. There's a hammer. Oh, Joe put it on top of the rim, and Donovan put it home.
Oh, poor Nicola Melli. Donovan Mitchell had a huge weekend at Vivint Arena. After putting in 30 points on Friday night, he followed that up with a season-high 37 on Saturday against the Pelicans. Bojan Bogdanovic had 28 in the game, too. Donovan says it's easier to fill the bucket when Bojan's doing it, too.
I make a joke. It's so great to have Bojan, man. Like, to be able to just, I think I had 12, start the game, and he's right there with 12. It's just being able to pick up that scoring so that 12 doesn't have to be 16, 18, be able just to take the load off a little bit.
For the second game of back-to-back, the Jazz sure didn't seem sluggish, especially in the first quarter. The Jazz came out firing, making the first 5 shots they took, which included 2 threes from Donovan and 2 from Bojan Bogdanovic. As a team, they scored 44 points in the quarter, the most they've scored in any quarter this season.
We start a game really, really good with 14 all around. That help us to
to get our energy back, to involve the crowd in a game as well.
And come out with a hot start. Obviously on a back-to-back, you get a little fatigue in the second half. They start making shots, but for us to withstand what we did without Rudy, I think says a lot.
KSL sports investigator Rudy Gobert asks the tough questions.
That's on. How did you feel out there tonight?
Felt great.
Rudy Gobert, KSL.
Yeah, you probably didn't know when Rudy takes the night off from the game, he's on reporter duty for KSL Sports, We love you, Rudy, but stay healthy. We want to see more blocks and dunks and less reporting, though. Although we appreciate him helping us out.
Rudy's so good at defense, he's trying to steal my job. Let's go around the association. Luka Doncic is the NBA's latest superstar. In his last 4 games, he scored 42, 35, 30, and now 41 in a 137-123 win over the Houston Rockets on the road. The Mavericks are 11-5, just like the Jazz, and winners of 5 straight. All right, Utah State playing in the Jamaica Classic, and what a win on Friday night. They rallied from 19 down in the second half to beat a very good LSU team.
2 days later, they had to dig deep and avoid a letdown against North Texas, a team that on paper they should beat easily.
Well, wasn't that easy. The Aggies should have won this game by 20, but the Mean Green battled for 40 minutes. This is Dangu. That's right, Dangu, an impressive player, extremely athletic, plays above the rim. He had 18. Sam Merrill struggled and then tweaked his ankle. He left the game for a while, did come back, but just 5 points, ending a streak of 29 straight games in double figures. We hope Sam's okay. A lot of nervous moments for the Aggies. Umoja Gibson, with 2 of his team-high 19, gives the Mean Green a late lead. But the Aggies didn't flinch. Justin Bean, named Jamaica Classic MVP, 14 points, 13 rebounds. He ties the game. Then Alfonso Anderson takes over down the stretch. He had a team-high 19. The Aggies move to 7-0. They win the Jamaica Classic. They travel to St. Mary's Friday for a big non-conference matchup.
Handoff, Zach Moss bouncing
the
to the
Utes
outside.
crushing opponents and making history along the way. A look back at the 35-7 win in Tucson when we come back.
SportsBeat is powered by KSLSports.com.
Winning each and every week in college football isn't easy. Just ask Oregon. But the Utes are making it look easy. A 35-7 road win in Tucson to keep their college football playoff hopes alive. The Utah offense goes for more than 500 yards for the 5th time this season, while they held their opponent to under 70 yards rushing for the 9th time.
Utah fans, good evening and welcome into Tucson, Arizona and Arizona Stadium here on the campus of the University of Arizona. Late November, Pac-12 football here and a big game for Utah football. Zach threw a hole to the outside 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45 and down at the 43 of Arizona. Down the seam, Keithy's got it. He's at the 20, he's at the 18-yard line, goes Brant Keithy. Turn it a give, fly sweep to the tight end. Keithy to the end zone, touchdown. Fly sweep to the tight end, Brant Keithy, who walks it in from 3 yards out. Tyler dumps it over the middle, lots of running room. Keithy, 40, 45, 30. 2-yard line goes Brant Keithy. They'll mark him down at the 33. Tyler throws the flanker screen, caught, end zone, touchdown. Damari Simpkins. Goodell will pass. Bradley and I coming, hits him and drops him back at the 45-yard line. Sack number 11 on the year for Bradley and I. Zach Moss to the goal line. Is he in? He is not. They stopped him. Stopped at the goal line by the Arizona defense.
From the 1-yard line, with as physical as our offensive line is, and with the best running back in the Pac-12, that's a no-brainer. I'd go for that 10 out of 10 times.
What was the feeling coming out in the third quarter then after that?
Just come out and dominate. We felt like they were hanging around a little bit too much to score 2014, but we were doing a lot of good things on offense, moving the ball up and down. But we just wanted to come out and just put some points to go ahead with that, so that's what we did.
Handoff, Zach Moss bouncing to the outside, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10-5, touchdown! Up the near sideline and into the end zone goes Zach Moss. Tyler claps once, takes the snap, backpedals, 3-man rush, throwing over the middle, caught. Tight end in the seam to the 1-yard line
exciting. I mean, there's been a lot of special moments in this season, and, you know, I'm just thankful to be a part of something special that's going on.
They genuinely, this team has a lot of love for each other, and that helps. I mean, that is definitely a factor. And, you know, they trust each other, and they love playing with each other.
Turns and gives it to TJ Green. TJ to the end zone, touchdown. Well blocked on the right-hand side, and it is a great night to be a Ute here in the desert of Tucson, as the Utes get the win and improve to 10-1 on the season, and wait on Colorado next week to clinch the Pac-12 South and a trip to Santa Clara. Great night for Utah.
We just got to continue to win out, and it's going to take care of itself.
Does it surprise you that it's down to you guys, basically?
I don't know.
Let's dig a little deeper into this Utes win over the Arizona Wildcats. David Nixon, Stevenson Sylvester join us now. Boy, there's so much to break down in this film. The defense was awesome. The offense was awesome. But let's give some love to Zach Moss for 3 1,000-yard seasons, the first ever to do it.
Another game over 200 yards. This guy's just unstoppable, but also the offensive line, fantastic block in this game to open up those holes for him.
He is. He had 26 carries, and here's one of them where they're just breaking it down. You kick these defenders out and look at him up on the – look, this is where he gets an open field. Nobody really wants to tackle this guy, which is awesome. But here, I want to break down how they kick these defenders out, and Zach Moss sees these holes. So here you got a pulling guard and the pulling tight end over here.
And Arizona in a 3-3-5, right, which is difficult to stop the run already.
Yeah, 3-3-5, you don't have much defensive linemen up front, so it's very hard to stop the run. But these guys kick this guy out, kick this other guy out, and then there's a big hole for Zach Moss just to run through, and it's awesome. So this offensive line is doing an incredible job at picking holes for Zach Moss.
Man, it's tough to stop whenever you got guys winning their individual battles. Hat on a hat. Look at these guys, kick out, seal the edge. I mean, Zach Moss untouched up to the hole, and then he gets an open field. And now 17 right here is like, okay, I got to bring down this big old back. No thanks. No thanks.
Which is the game plan, right? You block up the front seven and get Zach Moss on the smaller defenders, which are the corners and safeties. You're winning all day.
So we always talk about the run game, concept the pass game, right? Tyler Huntley, we talk about him as a game. Fantastic job. Threw to 8 different receivers, really distributed the ball well.
Yeah, so when Zach Moss is doing good, everybody stacks the box, and Huntley has open receivers all over the place. Keithy had another amazing game yesterday, but here, look, Huntley is just calm. And he's great and comfortable in the pocket, which is what you want to do. This offensive line is doing a great job of protecting him. He's just dumping it off to many different receivers. But what we want to break down here is the touchdown to Simpkins. It's awesome. Zach Moss, again, is killing it. When you're on the goal line, your first thought as a defender is they're going to give it to Zach Moss. So they stack the box here and leave an island for all of these guys. This guy has one-on-one matchups the whole time. He hesitates for 2 seconds, and these blockers here just blow their guys off the ball, but his 2-second hesitation leaves it wide open for Simpkins to run
And it's
through.
all about communication. When you get down the goal line, those guys have to communicate defensively. When you got the guy in motion, you got to cloud it, right? You got to be able to change guys off and exchange them all. But let's talk about this defense, because they basically pitched a shutout until a garbage touchdown at the end. But defense continues to impress. Honestly, probably one of the best defenses in the entire country.
No question. Well, Arizona comes in the 17th ranked offense in the country. They're averaging out 470 yards of offense a game. Utah shut them down to just 200. It was incredible. But you got a one-on-one matchup with Bradley and I, and you let him go. So we had 2 key 4th down stops in that third quarter there where Bradley and I gives them. But here we want to look at Nick Nurse. Amazing job by Coach Sharif Shaw and Morgan Scally of teaching these guys. Look, it's 4th down. Plant your feet at the first down marker. And then look at that reaction. He just there. It's an amazing job.
And I love seeing his eyes. His eyes were on the quarterback, got the read, and he committed to it. He didn't stall. He didn't wait, like you said. He went for it. Big stop on 4th down. I'll tell you what, offense is clicking, defense is clicking. It's fun to watch. And then, of course, you got Colorado coming up.
Yeah.
Nothing's getting in their way. They're steamrolling at this point.
Yeah, they are so confident on defense right there. That last play is great play recognition by Nick Nurse.
They only allowed Arizona, the 2nd best rushing team in the Pac-12, to 61 yards rushing. 9th time this year they've held the opposing team to less than 70 yards rushing. What a run they're on. They'll try to do the same against Colorado on Saturday on Senior Day. Sam?
All right, thanks, Jeremiah. The week started with a contract extension for head coach Kalani Sitake. It ended with BYU thumping UMass on the road. doing things offensively that have not been seen for years. 308 yards passing, 320 yards rushing. The Cougars' first 300-300 game since beating Air Force back in 2005. Those are the kind of numbers you should put up against a UMass defense that gives up 52 points per game. Quarterback Zach Wilson had a near-perfect outing, completing 17 of 20 passes, 293 yards, and 4 touchdowns. All of those came in the first half, the first time a BYU quarterback has thrown for 4 touchdowns in one half since Christian Stewart in 2014. Earlier in the week, KSL Sports Insider Mitch Harper told us that Sione Finau would be out with an ACL injury. Hugh Jackson McChesney, a guy who just returned from his mission a few months back, and he ran for 228 yards on just 15 carries. That included touchdown runs of 44 yards and 12 yards and a long run of 62 yards in the game. He'll maintain his redshirt status, too, playing in just 4 games this season. McChesney and Wilson were big parts to the Cougars' second quarter explosion as well on offense. The Cougars scored 6 touchdowns in that quarter, 3 on the ground, 3 through the air. The 42 points scored by the Cougars in the quarter, a new school record, surpassing the previous mark of 36 set back in 1990 in a game against Washington State. Well, BYU fans had to spend about $20 to watch this game. I think they got their money's worth, though. They were going up against one of the worst scoring defenses in the country in UMass. But they did what they were supposed to do. They scored early. They scored often.
Yeah, they did. That BYU offense was clicking early and fast. Zach Wilson had an amazing game straight from the start.
Yeah, really played the first half, and he's still coming off injury. So BYU fans want to see him shake off the rust. But 17 of 20 for 293, 4 touchdowns, all in one half. And listen, UMass is terrible.
Ooh.
Look at this pocket BYU provided him. He has all day, steps back. What I think BYU fans are most excited about is the fact he steps up in the pocket and delivers a dart to Tulane Shomway. Tulane Shomway is basically a max pro. They kept the running back in to block. Tulane Shomway gets behind the defense, comes up with the reception. Tulane Shomway, 92 yards on the day, 18 yards per catch, 4 catches. So great afternoon. It was nice to see, once again, Zach get in the rhythm, get things going, get to his big receivers. And like I said, BYU 49 points in the first half. They put up a lot of points. It was nice to see him clicking, like you said.
Well, that was crazy. You got a 3-man rush, and you still only have 1 defender back.
Don't ask me. There were lots of that in the first half. That's only one example.
Right, but BYU's had some trouble running with some running backs this year. And this year, they've been shuffling through a few, but here McChesney comes through big on Saturday.
Yeah, BYU struggled with the injury bug, right? You saw Sione Finau this past week go down with an ACL injury. He's out for the season, so it's next man up. And next man is Jackson McChesney. He goes for over 228 yards in this game. And it was fun to see him step in because this is a guy who's fresh off his mission, still has some mission legs. But what I like about him is he goes downhill and then, of course, takes a blow, stays on the feet, and gets into the end zone. This is a guy who in high school was a 100-meter champ, state champ here in Utah, and he shows off his speed there. But look at this hole. BYU guys blocking downfield. He's a north and south runner, sheds a block, then takes a hit, stays on his feet, gets in the end zone. It was the McChesney afternoon. He really carried this load with Zach Wilson in the air, McChesney on the ground. This BYU offense was absolutely rolling, as they should, because like you said, Sam, UMass defense was absolutely terrible.
Right. And it was a complete game for BYU. So now on the defensive side, things that we like is very good technique on the defensive side. Here, they have great lanes, and Dumbo Gwalaku really leads the charge here.
Yeah, Dine did a great job. This is a play where you're going to have 3 defenders. He comes up and makes the play. But defense, they basically pitched a shutout in this game. I mean, you look at the first half, the starters, when they went into halftime 49-0. But Dine's going to be playing corner. And what I like about this play, you see BYU just showing a straight line across. They've got 5 defenders across. Dine recognizes the quick screen outside. But what I want to point out is the 3 lanes of leverage. You've got Dine on the outside. You've got the alley runner in the middle. And you got the inside out player with the backer. Dine takes a step inside, comes outside, sheds the receiver, puts his hat on the ball. Great technique. We're taught that since little kids in Pop Warner. When you go to make the tackle, put the hat on the ball, pops it loose. UMass ended up jumping on and retained it. But Dine just shows the senior veteran guy coming every day, every game, brings his lunch pail, goes to work. And it's fun to see him pay off with hits like that. And fun to see his career. He's been absolutely huge playmaker, captain of his defense, been a really vocal leader. And, big plays like that shows why.
Well, great job by BYU of ending this season strong.
Yeah. Taking care of business. It was one of those games where you just kind of had to get in, get out. But BYU now heads to San Diego State to finish the regular season. Yeah. Potential 6-game win streak on the line if they can pull this one off. So see how they do in San Diego.
At 1 point, 2-4 on the season. A chance to finish that regular season 8-4, like you said, David. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So here are your top 4 seeds. And if chalk were to hold, these would be your 2 semifinal matchups.
There you go. The Weber State Wildcats reacting to the FCS playoff bracket reveal. They're awarded the 3rd overall seed and a first-round bye. They'll face the winner of Wofford and Kennesaw State on December 7th in Ogden. A potential meeting at home against Montana in the quarterfinals if they advance. This is right where the Wildcats want to be.
The bracket is just how we want it. I mean, we've been here 2 years in a row now, and we're ready to make it past the quarterfinals. So that's our goal. We're trying to win this thing.
That's where we hoped we'd end up. Nobody was going to overtake James Madison or North Dakota State, so we were hoping to get that next seed below them, and we did. We got the matchups exactly the way we want. We're going to have a very, very good opponent here in the second round, and then, it's win in advance time now.
Utah State fans are excited that college basketball season has started, because the football season has been disappointing, to be honest. With a Mountain Division title on the line, the Aggies get crushed by Boise State and Logan. The Aggies trailed 42-7 at the half. Now at 6-5, a bowl invite is not guaranteed.
It's where are we? One thing I did tell them that I'll share with you guys is 6 wins doesn't guarantee you a bowl game. I'll tell you that much. 6 wins get you bowl eligible, doesn't get you in a bowl game. So they have an awful lot to fight for, and they need to get themselves ready to go play New Mexico.
To the 40, has one man to beat, and he is off to the races. This will be a touchdown for Boise State.
Anytime it's bad, it's me. So it's my problem. I got to fix it. All the bad stuff's on me. It's not on them right now, and we do have our discussions as a team.
All right, switching gears. For this week's archive, we pay tribute to a Utah sports legend, a national champion, a World War II veteran, and a pioneer.
Yeah, we celebrate the life of Wat Misaka, who passed away Thursday at the age of 95.
What a life he lived. Wat Misaka was a native of Ogden who played college basketball at Weber College and the University of Utah. He was the point guard for the Utah basketball program that won national championships in 1944 and 1947. In between seasons playing for Utah, he served in World War II and rose to the rank of staff sergeant. He broke barriers in the NBA, becoming the first non-white player in the NBA in 1947. He did all this while facing intense discrimination as a Japanese American during World War II. A trailblazer and a legend, a member of the Utah Sports Hall of Fame and Crimson Club Hall of Fame. Wat will be missed.
All right, coming up next, we'll take you to the college hardwood, the Runnin' Utes at the Myrtle Beach Invitational, and Rick Majerus inducted to the Hall of Fame. Stay with us. Hey, the Runnin' Utes were continuing play at the Myrtle Beach Invitational earlier today against Tulane. This is Mikhail Yantinen down the lane, 2 hands for the dunk. The Utes take the lead there. A minute left in the game. It's all tied up. Look at Tayshaun driving in the lefty scoop, giving Tulane the 2-point lead. Under 10 seconds to go, the Utes got a chance here. Rylan Jones to tie it up, hits the front of the rim. Utes fall by 4 points, 65-61.
Young team taking their lumps. All right, the late Rick Majerus joined Elite Company Sunday. The longtime head coach of the Runnin' Utes was inducted into the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame. He was a 5-time WAC Coach of the Year, 1991 National Coach of the Year, and of course led the Utes to the national championship game in 1998. Just one losing season in 25 years as a head coach. All right, Friday was a bittersweet day. It's always special to watch the best high school football teams in the state battle for state titles on the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium, but it also means an end to the high school football season.
Yeah, Corner Canyon, though, Orem, Skyview, Morgan, and Beaver, they're celebrating as 2019 state football champions, and there's no better way really to relive these winning moments than right now with our Game Night Live highlight reel.
I mean, it's just the best feeling. I mean, it's just what you dream of ever since you started playing football, you know.
No, it doesn't get any better than that, you know. All I wanted to do was, you know, go out and play with all my friends. You know, I've known these guys for a long time, and, you know, these guys mean everything to me, and it means everything to play with my dad and to score for them and just to win the state championship again.
You know, it's the best feeling, you know, first time ever. You know, this program's been here for a long time, and to finally get one up there on the wall, it's just awesome. You know, I've grown up with these guys since I was in like 5th grade, you know, and to finally get that on top, I wouldn't have had to do it with anyone else. It's unbelievable. We were just talking about, it came by fast. I just remember talking to my teammates, summer workouts, like, we got to make another run. A few weeks later, look at where we're at. And I'll be it all.
Great clips of the week.
So Donovan Mitchell is enjoying a streak, a very impressive streak. In the last 3 games, he has put a defender on skates and then knocked down a bucket. It started with the Timberwolves on Wednesday. It happened again on Friday night against the Golden State Warriors, and a 3rd time against the New Orleans Pelicans. Can he keep the streak alive in Milwaukee on Monday?
Please do. How about Caleb Rep? I mean, this catch is just ridiculous. Left hand, he kind of scoops under it and just grabs it for the touchdown. He gets his foot in bounds, too. That's very impressive. What Zach LaVine did on Saturday was ridiculous. He made an NBA record 13 three-pointers. The last one came here. He steals the ball, backs up to the three-point line for the game winner. Are you kidding me? And this was just after he got reprimanded by his coach the game before as well.
His motivation was to shove that in Jim Boylan's face.
No kidding.
Practice paid off for Villanova near the end of the first half. They drew up this play, a buzzer beater, in their win over Mississippi State. How well executed is that? Old Valpo play.
Yeah.
Bryce Drew.
Auburn's Samir Dodi not only breaks his opponent's ankles, but then he turns his back after the shot. Watch. So watch this. After he puts him on the floor, the shot goes up, but he turns his back to it. You'll see it better right here. Well, trust me, he turned his back, didn't even watch the ball go in. He knew it was good the whole way.
I believe you, Sam. All right, Orem High team captain Kingsley Salmatea was injured in the state championship game, did not finish the game. So during the trophy celebration, Noah Sewell took the trophy over to Kingsley to share a championship moment with them. Those are 2 guys that have battled in the trenches in August through blood, sweat, and tears, and now they have a moment that they'll cherish for the rest of their lives.
Awesome.